In previous video, we have seen what is the difference between variable chart and attribute chart, and we have seen what are the steps to draw an R bar chart. Now we will see the procedure to draw X bar chart and P chart. First, the X bar chart shows means of successive subgroups over time. It monitors process average and must be preceded by examination of R chart so that you can make sure that the variation in the process is in controls. Means you have to use both the chart X bar R and R chart to reach some conclusion. Now see uh, the next we have to compute the mean of subgroup means. That value we have to draw a center line of the X bar chart. Then you have to compute the upper control limit and lower control limit as we have calculated for R chart. Then graph the subgroup means, add the center line and control limits to the graph. The procedure is as usual, just like our R bar chart or R chart, sorry. Here average subgroup X double bar is equal to summation of X bar of ith group divided by K number of subgroups. Then next you have to calculate UCL means upper control limit, lower control limit. Already you know process average plus 3 into standard deviation. Process average lower control limit is equal to process average minus 3 into standard deviation or 3 sigma, we can say that. Here you can also use this R bar divided by D2 into under root n to estimate standard deviation of the process average. Means from this formula is used to calculate standard deviation, and this value of D2 is same available in the appendix. Sometimes this value is directly given or the part of the chart is provided. Then you have to calculate with the same formula. Here they have put the value of standard deviations formula 3 into R bar divided by D2 into under root n, and according to which you have to calculate upper control limit and lower control limit. Here one more formula is there to calculate upper control limit and lower control limit. X double bar plus A2 into R bar and lower control limit X double bar minus A2 into R bar. Here A2 is again 3 divided by D2 into under root small n. Okay, and here same problem they have given, which we have solved for X R bar R chart. Here the subgroup size day 1 7 days readings are given. Subgroup size is 5, means one day they have randomly taken 5 readings, and this is the time embedded and this is the range. Here this is about X bar 1 X2 bar mean of this subgroup, mean of subgroup 2 3 4. In this the data is given, and you have to calculate X double bar is equal to X bar of first day, X bar of second day, and X bar of 7th day. Here K is for 7 days, that's why 7 is taken, and you have calculated grand mean of mean. Here you have calculated 5.814. you need calculator to solve this problem. And here r bar is equal to summation ri divided by k. Already you have done this. Here r bar is required again to calculate x double bar plus a2 into r bar. Here a2 value is taken from group for sub number of parts 5, subgroup size 5. This a2 value is taken from the table, and upper control limit and lower control limit is calculated. Here same, first on y axis there is a time taken, and x axis these are the days on which reading is taken, day 1, day 2, day 3. First grand average or x double bar horizontal line you have to draw. You have to take proper scale, and after that you have to draw this upper control line and lower control line. You have to draw this lower control line, you have to draw and write their value here. And for each day's mean you have to mark on this vertical line passing through that day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. You have to mark the point and then join that point by line, and you will observe that the most of the points are near to the average. That's why the process is in statistical control. And the same thing we have obtained by using R chart. Means we can conclude that from R bar chart and X bar chart the process is in control. Here the next chart is P chart. P chart is an attribute chart and it shows proportion of non-conforming items. Okay. Here some examples are given. When computer chips count the number of defective chips and divided by the total chip inspected, chip is either defective or not defective. Find a defective chips can be classified as a success. Here then this control chart or for the proportion P chart used with equal or unequal sample size over the time. Unequal sizes should not differ by more than plus or minus 25% from the average sample size. It is easier to develop with equal sample sizes. Okay. The next, you have to create a P chart. What is a general procedure? As usual, first you have to calculate subgroup proportion. Second, you have to graph subgroup proportions. Third, compute the mean proportion. Then fourth, you have to compute the upper control limit and lower control limit. And next, as usual, add center line control limits and draw the graph. Here the average formula is given. The average subgroup proportion is P bar, and this, if equal sample sizes are there, then P bar is equal to summation of Pi is equal to 1 to k and whole divided by k. If the sample size of unequal sample size, then you have to use this formula where xi is the number of non-conforming items in a sample I. With example you will understand better these things. After that you have to calculate a upper control limit UCL, lower control limit. As usual, here instead of average, here average proportion plus 3 into standard deviation. Lower control limit is average proportion minus 3 into standard deviation. The standard deviation for subgroup proportion is, this standard deviation is equal to under root p bar into 1 minus p bar bracket complete whole divided by n bar, where n bar is mean subgroup size. Then after that again the same formula is modified, upper control limit, lower control limit. You have to use this formula. Previously we have seen p bar plus 3 into standard deviation. Instead of it, they have put the formula here, lower control limit p bar minus 3 into standard deviation. And here proportion is never negative, so if the calculated lower control limit is negative, means you have to take lower control limit as 0. Okay, these are common sense. After that, the one more example is given to understand P chart example. You are a manager of 500 room hotel. You want to achieve the highest level of service, customer satisfaction, and for that purpose what we have done, you have for 7 days you collect data on the readiness of 200 rooms. Each the process is in control. Just the data collected by the manager is this: 200 rooms on first day. He has identified that out of 200 rooms, 16 rooms are not ready. Then the proportion is calculated, 16 divided by 200, means the proportion for day 1. To calculate proportion of day 2 not ready, 7 divided by 200, you will get second day's proportion. In this way you have to calculate all 7 days proportion, and this you have to use to calculate p bar or average. Here they have given p bar is equal to summation of xi. Here I is equal to 1 to k divided by summation of I 1 minus 1 to k to n I. Here 200 rooms per day, same table you have to use 16 and 200. What they have done, 16 plus 17 not readiness rooms, summations are taken divided by each day's inspected rooms, 200 for 7 days it becomes 1400, and the summation of non-ready rooms are 121. After, in this way you have to calculate p bar, and n bar is equal to 200. They have calculated total rooms on each day inspected divided by number of days. Then you have to calculate upper control limit and lower control limit. The formula is given, p bar calculated, n bar calculated. Then you will get upper control limit is equal to 0.1460 and lower control limit is equal to 0.0268. Means we have to take directly here 0, lower control limit. And after that you have to plot the graph. On y-axis there is proportion, and x-axis these are the dates. On x first day what will be the proportion, you have to mark here. On second day you have to mark the proportion here. Third day you have to mark the proportion here. Before that, first you have to draw this p bar line, and after that upper control limit line and lower control limit line. And you have to observe that these lines or graph should not be grow above the upper control limit. Okay, so here you have to plot the graph, and after that you can conclude. The individual points are distributed around a p bar without any pattern. Any improvement in the process must come from reduction of common cause variation, which is the responsibility of the management. Here there is no assignable cause, only common or natural causes exist. Okay, and here you have finished the chapter. Thank you.